Alright, hello everybody. It is I. What? Oh, what now? Okay, well, it's about to start, I guess. Oh, okay, there we go. I don't know what the heck is going on, man, but this isn't supposed to. Weird. Okay, well, here I am, and today I'm going to check all of the Abyss reality, even the Abysmal Realm video, and I'm going to explain everything to you guys so that you can understand. I don't know if it's active or not, though. I always have to change pages. That could be an issue. Hold on. Okay. Okay, well, alright. It's still working? Okay, right. I'm just going to trust it right now. Wait, okay, hold on. I could take out the pop-out chat. Thank you. Just so that I can see the chat. Alright. Now we're ready. Okay, so it is starting with the first video of this series. And yes, by the way, this was actually an idea from the Monument Mythos, created by what was his name? I don't even remember. Mr. Manticore. That's it. That's right. So go and check out his videos as well. I kind of forgot to link it, but yeah. All right, here we go. We are starting with this video. 3, 2, 1, go. And that was it. So that was essentially a presentation for a school project that a child made for his class. And the ending video was his father trying to help with his project, and unfortunately he ended up dying in the end in the hands of the tree man. And that was why he says don't mind that last part, because he didn't want people to actually see that last part. Unfortunately, it stayed in. And also, these are all pictures of what is near my chalet that I have right at the moment. So these are real places. And this one I found on Google. The one about the cabin I found on Google, of course. And guess what? The cabin is made out of wood, and the treeman does not like when people cut down trees and make other things with them. That is probably why his father died. That is the reason. Actually, in this video, to be honest. Alright. So, now I'm going to add in a few more. By the way, the whole tall mountains thing, I did climb one with my father once. I think it was the Mount Wahoo or something like that. I'm probably wrong with the name, but yeah, it was one of these mountains. Well, actually, no, we didn't climb a mountain. We went to a park, so it's not really the same thing, but yeah. These mountains are and we have this beautiful river view here, and it is bustling with life because somebody managed to catch a fish in there. Then, this gazebo actually took 2 people to put up. It was Jocelyn and one of the lovers of my mom, of course. At the hold on, I wanted to look back. Okay, now we are at here. Daily news, forest closed. Okay, right. I shouldn't speak when I'm playing it the first time. Okay, here we go.
So what should we...
Okay, we're gonna pause here. So over here it says that many people went missing when they went walking in forests because of the tree man. And the reason why, once again, was because people probably cut down trees and destroyed plants. And this guy is meant to protect nature. And when he sees other people destroy them, he's not very happy. But there's also going to be another reason later on that's going to be explained. And now it's been illegal to break down trees or anything like that. Wait, is that what it said? Hold on. Against the law to cut down trees, yeah. and destroy nature. So now it's officially against the law because it's too dangerous. Alright.
So what should we do with the forests?
We may have to do something regretful. To kill that monster, we must destroy the forests themselves.
What do you think about the culprit, the one behind it all?
I am afraid and I cannot say anything about the creature that's causing all this. But don't trust him, as he is a freak of nature.
I have one last question. How did you survive for so long?
You ask too many questions. You're dismissed.
Okay, so that was the interview with the President of the United States within this universe, which is still JFK. By the way, he survived the incident, the JFK incident that happened in this reality. But, as you can see here, his eyes aren't right. There's something off about his eyes. And there's gonna be a good reason for that later on, which we will see in the next video.
Missed.
In the President's office, his picture was recovered. And there we go. So I researched a picture of JFK's family here, and I decided to block their faces. Now, why did I do that? I did that because the tree man, sometimes in rare occasions, which only happened this one time, he removes the faces of people. And this demonstration, this is exactly what happened. And obviously, JFK wants revenge. Of course, because his entire family has been transformed into faceless people, as I like to call them. That's it for episode 1. Now there's episode 2.
I have found a strange fact that...
Okay. Now, okay, hold on. Now this one, wait, okay. Now this one actually had a voice actor, and this one was actually Raydra. So Raydra was the first ever voice actor for this series, and then it went on to other family members. So here we go.
That may change your opinion on our immortal president. I've met him myself, and he seemed to be the nicest person I ever met. But when I returned to check the interview footage, his eyes looked like dark stars as he was talking to me. And as I did some research, I found out that these creepy eyes appear on most photographs and videos of the president. Well, at least all photos and videos after the JFK incident. This president is not a human, but that is not all. I also found some of his blueprints, which contains flying saucers.
Okay, so essentially here, that was a detective that researched on the JFK situation, and noticed that in every picture and in every video after the JFK incident, his eyes were weird, as if he wasn't a human in the first place. And she does confirm that this American president is indeed immortal. So, it's definitely not, he definitely isn't as he seems. And later on, in season 2 or 3, you will know who he really is within this universe. I fear this day somebody has exposed our UFO plan. Well, in that case then, are we gonna cancel the plan? No, we are too far in to cancel it. Change the way the UFOs look instead. Okay, but there's another option for this. You can just tell the citizens what they think about this. Let them vote. You have a point. The citizens are important. I'll let them vote. Thanks for this conversation. Okay, so this technician here, this mysterious technician, is the one that ended up talking to the president and telling him, you should let the citizens decide on what we should do. But later on, the UFOs did end up getting upgraded, so they look completely different than the original blueprint right here, because that one was completely leaked by the investigator, probably illegally or something like that. And this is all the information you have. UFO would be released from Area 51. Contains a cockpit for 2 drivers and a fire exhaust weapon to burn forests. Only our most trusted citizens can have access to this file. Cockpit, saucer, and flame exhaust. It's a pretty simple example of how it would have looked like if it wasn't exposed to the public like that. Now I keep going. Thanks for this conversation. Hello everybody, this is... Okay, so for this I actually used some sort of a JFK announcement footage. And of course I censored the face right there because now that he has been exposed, he decided not to show his face so that we don't see his starry eyes anymore. Which is a pretty good tactic. I would probably have done that if I had such eyes as these. The president here. I have a very pressing matter to talk about. It is true that we have created UFOs to burn down forests to take out the tree man. We have done this for your protection and safety. And if you're asking, no, I am not an demon or an alien or anything of such. So to gain your trust, I will let you decide. Should we proceed with this plan or should we do something else? Vote soon before it's too late. Okay, so that was it. He pretty much just essentially did, you should vote for what we should do because the citizens are the government in that universe. That is how it works. And by the way, there are no leftists or rightists or like, it's definitely not the same as in the votings in the United States because everybody forms one as it seems. All the citizens form one and the president is of course the highest one that makes the projects come true essentially. Now over here we got the pictures of the tree man. Over here you can see that there are some victims of the tree man that have been taken by its roots and that's transformed into these wooden people, which we'll have further explanations about later. And that is how this episode ends. Let me go and see the chat. Okay, nobody's in here, alright. Gonna continue. The tree man's flaming ends. So that was the third and last episode.
The fate of the tree man's victims. Step 1, the tree man catches his victim. Step 2, it attacks him with its roots. Step 3, the victim becomes wooden. Step 4, a tree grows within the victim. Step 5, the tree multiplies.
Hello.
Okay, so that was pretty fast, but what it essentially said is what happens to the victims of the tree man. So the tree man gets them by surprise, then enrolls them in its roots, and then they become wooden people, and then trees grow from them. So, technically, you could regrow trees in that tactic, and that may be used for season 3 in one episode at least.
Step 5, the tree multiplies.
Hello. I am Kevin, the servant of...
Okay, so this voice actor is, is narrated by Unique Scary Stories. He may return as another actor later on, we'll see.
The president, and he sent me to let you know of the truth, of the threat that is breaking our world apart. The tree man was created to protect nature from extinction by saving the trees and plants. Normally when a tree is cut down and plants are destroyed, he only regrows them with seeds that only it can create. But his behavior changed drastically after he discovered an obelisk that was reported to have been made out of gold and iron. The tree man destroyed it, and only a few remains were found. After this discovery, he began to kill humans, and they morphed into trees themselves, as if it planted its seeds within them. If you see one of these obelisks, do not approach them or touch them in any way, and report to the president. Thank you.
Warning. Okay, so what actually did happen is that the tree man was near an obelisk or touched an obelisk, and that's what caused him to become evil and destroy humanity after they cut down trees and destroyed plants. That is what started the entire thing. And unfortunately, the obelisk was also destroyed, so there's not a lot of proof left. But the government, the citizen government, of course, found some proof that there was an obelisk there. So that's interesting. Now, the reason is why, how did it do that, right? Well, you're gonna know that in another season. Continuing on. Evacuate Washington Forest. Project Burning Execution is underway. Okay, so that was pretty much the death of the tree man. He got burned down and everybody that was in that location had to run away to another one. And they received compensation, which is going to be told by the president. And also, there was another option in the votes. And the other option was going to be about making some sort of a super soldier, a sort of fox doll type of being that's super powerful that would have destroyed the tree man itself. Unfortunately, though, that wasn't voted, so the UFO one stayed in, and that was the one that ended up happening. Hello, Americans. It is I, the President. We have successfully eliminated the threat, and we will replant the trees soon. The ones that lost their homes will receive a compensation. In Anaheim, California, you will receive free homes. Thank you for helping me choose which is the best option for America, because you citizens are our government. Thank you for listening to this message, and together we will pass through all the obstacles in front of us. Okay, so that was it. That was the ending. These are the credits that we're gonna watch in a few moments. But yeah, the president is a pretty powerful figure because, as I said, he gets to do the decisions to change the world, of course. Well, I mean, he completes the votes that have been already done. And of course, I didn't show his face on purpose again because, you know, he doesn't want to show his starry eyes. And also, hold on. He was, wait a minute, I'm a bit confused there, but yeah. What he essentially said is that the citizens are the government, as I told you, and that they would be able to pass through all the obstacles that get in the way of the Americans. And that, of course, the people that lost their homes will get a compensation. So he seems like a pretty fair president, you know? So for him to be the main antagonist, I would be very surprised if he was, but we're gonna find out later on. And now, going to the credits. So we're going to skip the shorts because they're just shorts of previous episodes that we already saw. What the heck? And Abysmal Road, the Pyramid Fit. Now this one was made confusing on purpose because I wanted to make it confusing, essentially. That's why it was called the Abysmal Realm. Now, but I will still explain whatever I can to just tell you what the heck happened. So here we go. To say. So the second one that was hired as a test subject was meant to throw water on the other test subject or do something, but in the end I decided to just let him go off into the but pretty much I wanted to use the other one for a good reason, but I ended up completely scrapping it, so that's why I made him walk away. You know? I just changed the plan completely. But of course, over here you're gonna see the machine. Alright, so what happened here is that the machine shot the other experimenter, and of course he started floating and transforming into some sort of a portal that transferred the Abysmal Realm in the Abyss Realm reality. So now they are both a part of the same reality. Alright, continuing on.
In the oceans, I've noticed a lot of weird things. Of course, the ocean is beautiful, but when I saw flying fish,
Okay, so that was totally satirical. It was all just a joke. This is not canon. Flying fish are non-canon. So write that up if you're an investigator of this series. This doesn't matter at all. Alright, continuing on.
We will punish the lawbreakers by creating trap pyramids. The ones that break the law will be forced inside. Then we will drop them underground all the way to the abyss. And we won't ever hear about them again. This plan is flawless. Peace has finally arrived in Egypt, thanks to me. We have risen to take revenge on the kings. You don't stay there!
So essentially what occurred here is that the last Egyptian pharaoh pretty much transferred lawbreakers into pyramids that of course lifted them right under into the abyss, which is under the earth of course. And later on, what these victims did was wake up and then their souls mixed together, creating a hand obelisk, I like to call. And they wanted revenge on the king, so they of course came back up, and for some reason they became the Pyramid Fin. I don't know why I decided to take that decision, but you know, later it might just be a hand again, we'll see. But yeah, for now, it's of course a Pyramid Fin, and that Pyramid Fin completely ruined Egypt, and it became what it is today, in that abysmal realm. So it became just a desert filled with no water, and yeah, it's pretty much disastrous and pretty dirty.
It is I, Clint.
Okay, so first, this voice actor was Nicholas, my brother, and this is my favorite character for some reason. So he might come back in later seasons of the Abyss Realm, maybe.
The one that began this disaster. I wanted to properly apologize for what I've done to humanity. I essentially mixed two realities together. One contains a president and a citizen government, and ours contains no government or president. This mistake of mine summoned creatures that could end our world, but I did all to save our reality from collapsing by transferring it to another, better dimension. I guess our world was never meant to change, and nothing makes sense anymore. I wish I never began my research on the multiverse, and I truly hope that you will forgive me and that my doom isn't
So yeah, essentially, that was Clint. That was the founder of the laboratory that created the universal machine that transferred the abysmal realm into the abyss realm reality. So he was the one behind it, and he regrets it as it just ruined his planet even more. It ruined their reality even more, and it became super confusing, filled with things that are not canon, and filled with things that are canon but that don't make total sense. You see, and so now he regrets researching on the multiverse and all that, and he apologizes. Hopefully he's going to be people are going to accept his apologies, essentially. And of course, at the end of his speech, he unfortunately died. His entire home and everything around it with him got destroyed, completely destroyed by the Pyramid Pit. They didn't stand a single choice. Single chance. Yeah, okay. So, the citizens decided to get rid of royalty after the last pharaoh doomed Egypt by punishing the lawbreakers. So that was the worst mistake in this entire series so far, and that's what pretty much stopped loyalty from becoming bigger and bigger as time went on. Clint is now a broken man, and only remnants remain of his home. A mysterious man bought the remains and left. Now, there will be an explanation for that later on. Who is this mysterious man? You'll have to wait and see. And of course, over here, there's the Pyramid Fin has risen. Oh. Okay, now I'm gonna re-explain that part because it is a little bit confusing. But what essentially happened is that the one that was experimented on somehow reconstructed himself and became a hero that's able to fly and have supernatural powers, which will be important later on. So yeah, keep that in mind. And there we go. The live stream is over, I think. I think I explained everything pretty much. This was actually very fast to explain, but sometimes I did do a bit of mistakes, but this was the first time I did an explanation live stream. But here were all your answers to your questions here. And next time in seasons 2, I will do the exact same, and hopefully this time I will do less mistakes, you know. It was my first time after all. Alright, so I'm going to check the... Okay, no chat. Okay, so the chat shouldn't have been open, but yeah. Thank you all for watching, guys. I will see you guys next time. But yeah. Thank you all for watching, guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye. Thank you all for watching, guys.